So what's happening in the world today? Is the world in a worse state than it was 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago? No, people are always fighting. People are always arguing. People are always being horrible to each other from different countries to different countries. Why can't we live in peace? That's a big one. That's not what I want to talk about. But you know, one of the things that separates us is language. Everybody is very naturalistic, very nationalistic about their own particular language. It's part of belonging to their country. And because everyone cares so much about their own country, that's what causes conflict and misunderstandings. And the misunderstandings are magnified by the fact that the world does not have a common language. About 100 years ago, the great writer George Bernard Shaw created a language that he thought everyone should learn. It was called Esperanto. Had a bit of Spanish, a bit of Italian, a bit of English, a bit of different languages in it. And it just, surprise, surprise, didn't catch on. Nobody wanted to relinquish their own special language. And it's caused so many problems, so many misunderstandings. And, you know, a young person goes on holiday to a foreign country and meets this amazing person and falls in love with them and wants to spend the rest of their life with them, except they both speak a different language and neither of them understand each other. So, romance goes out the window. Now, there is a language. I happen to be English, and I happen to speak English, and 1 billion people around the world, for all sorts of reasons that we won't go into, all speak English. English is primarily the language of the internet. So I believe that one of the ways to make the world a better place and get people communicating with each other is if we all have a bit of English. And the more command of English we have, or the more we understand English when people speak, the better the world's going to be. I know it sounds evangelical for English, but English is an important language, and you just have to face it. As well as the internet, is the language of business. And that's why my life, much of it is devoted to helping people all over the world. I work with people in 10 or 12 different countries in order to help them to grasp English, perfect English, and speak English in a way that can be understood. Because it's no good if a business person flies into London, to the London airport at Heathrow, comes out, gets in a taxi, and tries to tell the taxi driver where the hotel is that he wants to go to. And the driver won't take him in the taxi because he can't understand where this person wants to go. We could eliminate all that if more of us understood and were willing to understand and learn how to speak really understandable, good English.